So hello guys. So today I'm going to show you how to learn string manipulation by building a cipher. I'm using freecodecamp.org, which is really useful. And if you want to also learn coding, you can also go to their website. So there are 96 steps total, and it's going to be a little bit long and lengthy. But at the end, you'll know how to build a cipher, and basically has custom keys which basically the characters based on what letter of the alphabet is. So basically, if the custom key is A, then it will just be the same. If you type B, then it will shift by one character and so on. And if you type BA, the first character will shift by one letter, and the second character won't shift at all. It's like that. And so yeah, let's get started. I have nothing else to say. This first step talks about a variable, and it also gives a variable format. Firstly, the instructions are telling that you should create a variable name name number, which is a part of the which in the format we have to type like this, and sorry, cap lock, and assign the value 5. And according to the format, it should be to type 5 like this, because 5 is the value and number is the variable name. So but it's really but really, though it's a brilliant website, it helps everyone learn. It's mostly a non-profit organization, so it works of being a supporter. It's not mandatory. And yeah, this you can also get certifications based on this. And yeah, so this second slide talks of a string. What is a string? So a string is basically when something, a sentence, phrase, or anything is encased in single quotations or double quotations, like a string in double quotations, but also it can be applied in single quotations. Both of these are valid, but this is not valid if you are doing a mix matching, because this is because otherwise it will give you a syntax error here. So the instructions say that delete your number variable. So I deleted it just now, and declare another variable called text. And according to the variable format we saw earlier, I had to type it like this. And it's telling assign the string hello world, which is a very basic string. And yeah, everyone uses it to test something. So like that. So now this is a string data type right now. We have 6 total data types, but I'll explain more on later. There is a inbuilt function called the print function, and it basically prints anything. So it can print variables. If you type print text, it will print whatever text is holding. Or if you want to print a string, you can just put single quotations or double quotations. It will print whatever you type, like that. But it's telling add an empty call to the print function. So yeah, it can basically print anything. And yeah, simple. So an argument is an object or expression passed to a function. So basically, the argue so it's telling print your text variable by passing the text variable as the argument, which means you're passing the text to inside the brackets of the print function, which will show this is called passing an argument. Each string character has a numerical index, and basically, yeah. So you can print a character index at. So it's telling print character index like this. You can print text 8, which will show you. So it will just take the eighth letter and it will print that. So text 6 will give you W because W is the sixth letter. And yeah, the last, if you want to also go for the last character, then you can just put -1, or it will show D. -2 second, -2 second last, -3 third last, 4 5 6, there's a space, 7 8 9 10. Oh wait, sorry. But now it's telling print the last one. So -1 is the last one. You can access the number of characters, basically how many characters it has, using the len function. So now we are passing all of this as the argument for the len. And add another bracket here and delete this len text. So it's telling it has 11 characters. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So it's just calculating how many letters it has with len. You can see 11. You can see 11 printed because there are 11 characters. And yeah, another useful built-in function is type, which returns the type of. So basically, it just returns the data type of a variable. Like if it's tuple, it's tuple. It can be tuple, it can be str, and all. It's so yeah. It's just calculating the data type. I'll just show you types of data. I'll just show you data types so you don't get confused later on. In Python, so basically these are all the simple data types and all. Numeric, dictionary, boolean, I don't know if I pronounced that right, set, sequence type. And then in numeric there's three types. There's a float, integer, and a complex number. In the sequence data type, there's strings, list, and tuple, which can all be showcased by different things. Like as you learned earlier, string is by doing double quotations. And I'll talk about list and tuple later. So it's telling now the class is a str, which is yeah, which is a string. It's short. Str is string, short form for string. And now it's telling create another variable called shift on the third line and assign the value 3, as the format says, variable name equals value. So the value in this case is 3 and variable name is shift. I won't be explaining this again and again, so you have to keep it in your mind. And now it's telling to print, use the print call and pass the argument shift, which is previously mentioned. And also you can't do this because you can't do you can't put shift ahead because otherwise it will say shift is not defined. So you have to always put it before the print call, not after the print call. So now it's telling to use the type function and pass shift as the argument in it. And yeah, so basically you use the type function and shift as the argument, which is integer. Int integer. So this is a long one, so but I'll explain it. So there are certain things that are a loop, like that are loops basically for a while. We use these most of the time, but also we can use true loop, while true loop. So yeah, and you can and it cannot, and variables can't start with a number, and they also can't have spaces. They can only have underscores instead of spaces, as you can see here. They can basically contain A to C and 1 to 9, but not in the beginning. And they can contain all symbols but not a space in the variable name. Next, it's telling remove both. So after this information part, it's telling to remove both print calls after we learned a few data types. And uh, and then we should assign another variable called alphabet and equals, and a very long string which contains every character from A to C. And it's so I just copy pasted it from here to here because it's easier. But yeah, submit and go to next challenge. 13, huh? Step 13. Now we are going to use the inbuilt find method to find basically the position of each letter on the alphabet. So yeah. Hmm. So I'll just read it very fast. But in simple terms, you have to use alphabet, and then you have to use the find method, and uh, and then we pass z as the argument. And so basically, it will take the variable alphabet and find which position is in, which is the last position, or it will just, yeah. Or if I just simply, then it will show the position. Hmm. Okay, simply. Hmm. So basically, it will just modify. You have to modify your find function and pass. And now we have to just delete this, and we have to write text 0 according to the instructions here, passing text 0 as the argument, which um, which I already explained. You have to, whenever there's a bracket and whatever it is before, basically text is before, you can pass it as an argument, and it will implement its job on it. In this case, it will just find which position is the zeroth letter of hello world is, and yeah, which um, which I'll just show you real quickly. Which is yeah, come on. Okay, ignore that. Print functions also gives you a output. So now we have to assign this whole equation thing, to a variable name index. So this is the whole value, and we'll just type before it index equals this, because this is the equation to find out something which I showed you before. It's -1, so index equals is equal to -1. It will just do calculations and everything, and yeah. And now it's telling just put a print call and pass index as the argument, which puts index in the brackets, which is -1, like I said earlier. the find returns the index of the if it but if it's so basically it tells if it's not found. um, I'll explain this in simple terms. Give me 2 minutes. So basically, if the character is not found, it will return -1, and since h is not found, it will and its h is basically a high. It's a uppercase letter, and it only detects lowercase, so it will just return a negative. So we'll just so now we have to add another print call, print and pass text dot lower and see the output. Hello world, it's hello world. So it will basically lower every letter. So h and w are the uppercase letters and rest are lowercase. So but in this they all converted to lowercase. So now it's telling to remove this print call, and then instead of text 0 pass text 0 dot lower, which will just lower all the characters in text, and we'll leave the arguments blank, so it will pass 7 as the argument. So so it will just pass. Okay, wait, I'm just gonna explain. 7 here, seventh letter according to them here, even though it's like 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So they did that. Or in simple terms, they calculated what is text 0. Text 0 is h, and they lowered h, and they wanted to find h in the alphabet, but they showed a -1 earlier because there was no capital H in here, and so now it finds a lowercase h, which is 7 here. And now, after the print index function, we'll create a new variable called shifted. And basically, we had to use bracket notation to access the value of alphabet at index. So shifted is equal to, oh sorry, I forgot to alphabet. They had to find seventh letter of, but it's kind of like a loop. Index is 7, alphabet they find 7, and yeah, alphabet 7 is, they'll find it. Okay, sometimes I, okay, and now it's telling print shifted, which we'll create a printer and type shifted as the argument, which is h, 7h. It's just converting everything back and back to forward. This is index is the number 7, and they're finding this. So if you also did this for a 7, it will also do the same thing, because yeah, because index equals 7 and the value. Okay, I don't need to explain myself on this one. As you can see from the output, h is at index 7 here, because 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, it stores it here. And now it's telling modify a shifted variable, so it stores the value of alphabet at index plus shift. So yeah, we have to, so shift is 3, index is h, so it will go, so it will shift 3 letters ahead, 7 8 9 10. So k is 10, and they'll find the 10th letter of the alphabet, which is k, but we are doing 0 1 2 3 4, so don't get mixed up with the real alphabet. Okay, till the time this happens, I'll go to the bathroom. Okay, I'm back. Now where were we? We were on step 22. Yeah. So repeating each letter will be for each. So it's telling it we would not want to repeat it again and again and again. So we can use a for loop. So yeah. So it's telling remove all of these lines, and yeah, we will replace it with a for loop. So we are going to use for I. So the loop. So we are going to do this thing. Since simple, this is the format, and it's telling use I as the loop variable. So I will come in. This is a basic thing, but I use this most of the time to print stuff very fast. But we are not using this anymore. And we will iterate over text, means we are replacing this with text and do this and put a colon. Otherwise, it will show indented lines and simple. You have to put pass so it doesn't show an error in the terminal. Otherwise, it will show there is no indented lines and yeah, everything like that. So, and this applies to basically everywhere. Look, it's showing there is no indented lines after this, so that's why I put a pass. So print I. Simple. It's hell and I is hello. Uh, so text is hello world and it will go down each time. So it will first print H, then E, then L, then O, then W, then O, then space O, W, O, R, L, D. That's how they print it. They print it vertically from up to down in the for loop. You can also print numbers this way. And now it's telling rename your. You have to rename the I variable, your for loop variable to char, which just replace it and replace this also with char. Otherwise, it will tell its I is not defined. And next challenge. Inside the for loop, before the print loop printing, then we have to create the same variable called index, and basically you have to what is the value of alphabet dot find char. Okay, char, not anything else, only char, which will basically find the number, what number is each letter of the hello world. So H is 7, E is 4, and they'll tell like that. Alphabet dot find, and we'll pass char as the argument, so it will show like this. But we didn't print it yet, that's why. It will take a sync, but it's now explaining about how print function can take multiple arguments. So we can separate those by a comma, which will also print. So it's similar to that. It's like this. H is -1 because there's no H. But if you do something like dot lower, oh wait, sorry. If you just use the lower function, and yeah, then it will lower everything. And this will not come as -1 because these You get this for uppercase letters or a space. The negative one. Simply like that. Find is again returning for negative one. So that's what I'm saying right now. So now it's telling to change the for loop for lower and to and now it will fix the negative one mostly. It will not fix the spacing thing. So now we are going to create a new index at the end of the a variable called new index, and we will assign the value of index plus shift like we did last time. Index plus shift. So it's taking the value of the current index, which could be anything, or and adding shift. So it's basically giving the cipher code, and yeah, it's giving a new cipher alphabet. And if you do the thing that we did earlier, we can do new index. Wait, I'll show you. We did it earlier, not this much earlier, or this here. I think so. It was somewhere here. We did it somewhere here, and let's start. I'll just show you a quick example. Let's start lower. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Okay, wait, not this one. 20. So it will now. So now it's telling shifted variable is alphabet dot in index. So we can do the same thing with new index. In our case right now, which was I think so 33. Yeah, this one. This we are on step 33. So if we simply do print alphabet, no, not this. Wait, no, wrong thing. New index. It will show like this. It will show at the end of every loop, or we could just wait. I'll remove this print call and put this as the third argument and name new indexes. Yeah, come on. I'll put. Okay, wait. I'm not gonna go too far. So yeah, it will show this in the terminal. It will. Yeah. Since space is negative one, it will go 3 letters ahead and wait. And I'll paste that into the online compiler of Python. So if you run it, it will show all the ciphered letters like "Hello World" is cool, and the world is Zroog, and the space is C because yeah, space is 0 and 0 plus 3 is equal to C. So in simple terms, now let me reset the lesson. So this is the part two. As I mentioned already before, my editing software cannot handle more than 30 minutes. So now I'll start from where we left off. First it's telling you how to create a new variable at the end of our for loop, which will create a new line, and the new variable is called new char, and we have to set the value to the new index of. Okay, I'll explain it in simple terms. What is alphabet new index? So new index is index plus shift, and our index is the current char. So the current char, imagine if it's E. So let me just get a whiteboard for example. Wait. So if the current character is E, okay, so then it is finding, so it will detect it as 4 because it's going A equals 0, B equals 1, C, C equals 2, D equals 3, and E equals 4. So that is the new index. So that is the index. To create the new index, they add this by the shift, which in this case is 3, like shown over here, which creates the new index 7. And now in this case, what they are trying to do in this, they are going to try to find the seventh. They are going to try with. They are going to find the seventh index of alphabet, which is equal to which they'll just convert back. So it was like letter, number, 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 letter, number, number, letter. It's like that. So in this case, this letter it will just shift this letter 3 letters ahead, which will turn into, which will just basically turn 3 letters ahead, or just E, F, G, H. For example, if the shift is 3, then H, like that. Done. So I'll just type that right now. Sorry, typo. Alphabet, then the index bracket, new index. Right, now we have to print a new char for the encrypted text to appear, as you can see here, but it was not neatly organized exactly, because it is first showing the original letter, then the encrypted letter, and so on, but it doesn't look neat and we cannot make out the original message well. So yeah, so we'll fix this in the next. So now it's 10. So now instead of the char index, we are not going to write char index. We are going to instead write it be, you, since I already explained about the, you can if you can separate arguments by comma. So if you like write char, then new char, then it will first show, then it will first show the original letters and then the encrypted letters, like that we are like that we are doing it, but it's still like, so, but this needs a little modification so it can actually look like it, but and also add a few strings to it, so it will look more readable, and it's very important to have readability in your code, like, wait, oh wait, I forgot to add the colon. There we go. So now it's coming much more neater and we can differentiate what is the encrypted text and what is the original text. So so the next task is to, uh, so it's basically in every iteration, or yeah, in every iteration of, basically every time it finishes with the loop, then it changes the character. Okay, so, and yeah, we want to store the full encrypted string. So for this, before the loop, we have to create a variable called encrypted text. I don't know what happened. We were supposed to create a variable encrypted text, and we had to assign a blank string, which will just be double quotation. So now we are doing the same thing, but instead of new char, we are going to put encrypted text. So this is going to be a montage. Not so of a montage, but I'll just shut my mouth. And the last one. There we go. Just change all the new chart to encrypted text. Like this. So we'll for this step we have to use the sorry not this assignment. We have to we have to put encrypted text is equal to the current encrypted text plus the new index. So if the first one is k, then it will add k with h, and then kho, then khoo, and so on like that. And basically, this applies to every coding language. So we can basically obtain this. What is it telling? It's you can obtain the same result if you use the addition assignment. So the addition assignment works like plus equal, which will add itself plus the equation. First it will just take itself encrypted text equals to encrypted text plus alphabet new index. So it will add this with this. Okay, wait. Where is the whiteboard gone? So the plus equal will just take this. Okay, wait. Imagine this. So it will take this and which will equal this plus the square, for example. So what the equal assignment does, it will cancel out this and basically add this, and it will set this value to itself. But no, it's not actually circles and squares. We are talking about variables right now and formulas. So it will do that. So now inside now we have to print the result of comparing char using this. We have to print the result of comparing char with a space, which will basically give us true or false. That's only two results. So if character is equal to space, then it will tell true, else it will tell false. Like char is equal to space. Do not use the single because you're comparing like this. Equality. It's the equality. Okay. Okay. So this basically means a not that is it not equal to zero, but we are not really quite using it. Then yeah. So now it's telling replace this comparison with the if statement and basically print. So it will tell us to print space using the print assignment. Print space, which will yeah, it will print space only. And now instead of that, since since the value like the current character is space and yeah is- and there's already five letters in encrypted text. So what we are going to do, we want to put the encrypted text here with the space, so there is no error. So what we are going to do is We replace this entire thing with with the encrypted text, because we are doing first the encrypted text plus the character. And yeah, we are not printing this, we are only replacing, and we are setting the value of it. Sorry, I didn't type full thing. Encrypted text, we are setting the value of encrypted text to itself plus char. So it will, so char is a space. If it's space like this, so it will show C, even though there is, yeah, simple. So now it will show space here, and it will show space here, which will also be accurate to the real time thing. So now we are going to, so now we are going to fix this thing with the L. Now you are going to fix all of this remainder code with the else statement, when all the, which basically means in all the situations where character, the current character is not equal to space. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we have to indent everything except for the print. Sorry, except for the print all, you have to indent everything because it has to be outside, because every time you're printing it, and hmm, you're printing everything and just printing everything outside the for loop, and it has to also be in the for loop. But basically, in simple terms, it has to print no matter what, not in the if statement, not in the else statement. Because otherwise, if we put it inside the else loop, then it will just skip this entire line. It will skip this entire line. And yeah, we don't want that to happen. So now this is an interesting case, because if we put z into here, it will say string out of range, because after we lower it z, there is no, there is nothing after in the string. You cannot go ahead because the string ends at z. So it's simply so simple. We'll just fix it soon, and by soon we mean in the next two steps. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So what? So now what are we going to do in the index? In the new index thingy, we are going to actually use the mod. We are going to use the mod call. So we're going to modulo, which is using this symbol, and surrounded with 26, because there are 26 letters, and it will just basically, after this it will loop back to the first, in simple terms. But we can do like this. we, we are doing it like this, but it can also be done like alphabet. This can also work. This does this exact same thing, because this formula, it means the same thing as 26. And yeah, now they're telling the same thing, because len alphabet means the length of the alphabet, which is 26. And basically we are just, it's like synonyms in English. Now we are to modify our print function and put it outside the for loop like this. And yeah, we have to print this, oh sorry, outside the for loop, which means not in here, because that is inside the for loop, and outside the for loop, because we only want it to print once. We don't want to print it again and again. And now before that we are also adding another one. Print plain text. Print plain text. Then we put comma and then text, like that. So next we are going to define a function which we had to, after the shift variable, everything after the shift variable, we have to declare a function. Define Caesar. And for now we are not going to give any script parameters, none. So yeah, just I'm going to keep spacing. Just space 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, like this. So just indent all the lines, means go 4 spaces ahead. But don't try that in actual Python. It's better to just press enter. Okay, so now it's talking about how the scope of a variable is. So in the function, it's written, in the function we basically declare alphabet, and outside the, so imagine, wait, I'll bring up the whiteboard. Don't use this in actual Python. I'm just giving an example. So, in the function, we'll just declare whatever is in it function. This is the function, okay? So inside the function, we put an alphabet. We put the alphabet variable. So everybody inside the function knows the alphabet variable, okay? But anyone outside doesn't know the alphabet variable. So in similar logic, this is, so we define the alphabet variable inside the function, and if we print the alphabet variable outside the function, it will not know because it's not declared there. L- You can see it's raised the name error, since alphabet is not defined in the script. But if you put it inside the script, then it will then the name error will be gone. So it's similar to this example. Whoever outside doesn't know the alphabet variable or any variables inside for the matter of fact, but they know whatever is outside, like text or shift. Say, so I'll just show you, like, look. So if I tell print text and it's inside, and they know it since shift and text are both outside the function, and so it's the print loop. So, and if you also tell print shift, which they also know, it will print 3 because the shift is 3. Semantic, go to the next stage. So now we have to now so now it's telling just remove this line. Next, at the end of the code, it's telling call the function by writing the function name and the parameters. And this has to be outside the function. So the parameter 1 and parameter 2 are message, and offset as written here because, yeah, even though we didn't have it up here, but um, offset and offset. Give me 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. So it will raise an error because there is nothing inside the country there. So it's like similar to false claims. It's similar like that. So imagine I this is the same region. So it will tell that there are two functions called offset and message, but there is no such thing as offset and message in the country or in the function in this case. So they will get confused and they will raise an error overall. Let me just delete that. So this is basically, it's just telling it's missing two arguments like that. So but now we are going to replace every instance of text and shift with a message and offset. Message. So these are like a triangle. Message. These two also. Message. 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 And message. Message. There is no instant of it. Encrypted message. And replace the shift with the offset like that. So now we are just replacing at this point. And also in this there is no message in offset. And but this time we're actually going to pass text and shift instead of message and offset in this call. So it will do its job properly, basically. So next we are going to pass the text variable and the integer 13 as variable. Okay, wait. Now we are going to call the function again, Caesar and text, and the shift is this time is 13. And we can do this how many times and it will shift as how much it will do. So this is the end of the second part. I'll put the third part later because now this is the whole Caesar cipher in simple form. You can transform it and basically, yeah. If you want, I am not sure if I've done this before. I'll just I'll experiment a little bit in Python before going. So you can also file. I'll open a new file real quickly. Delete this. I could replace this with int input, which will you have to type int input, type whatever you want. It type a question, whatever the answer is, that will be the shift. So in this case, so of how much offset how much offset okay, I'm having trouble to frame the question at this point. How much offset do you want? And then if it types then whatever it types, I never actually tried this, so I want to try it first time. I just name it random. And oh yeah, there were two brackets, sorry. Yeah, better. Come on, no, not this. Run module. So if I say 3, it will be like that. And so yeah, I mean, I could put this in a main loop and put the main loop and again, so it runs again and again. So since let me check how much time I have left for recording. I have few minutes, so I guess I'll give it a shot. Let me check. But oh wait, you can't see my screen. So I'll just show you what I did. I did some. Wait, I'll show you. Let me delete this. So it should be like this. This will just tell you how much offset. Then if you say 3, then it will give you that. Uh, test output will go here. Yeah, so it will ask how much offset you want, and depending of that, it will shift as many letters. So this is the end of part 3. So I'm very glad that you all decided to learn. So and goodbye. I'll see you in part 3. I don't know. I did I mess up on this is the last. Okay. So have me. So you can comment any recommendations if you want me to do something else. So and that's all I had to